guys can see me. Okay, I do see some people coming in. I have a different setup this week, and I'm not seeing comments. Oh, there we go. Awesome. If you guys have been with me for some time, you know that this is the way I used to do it. Hi everyone, hi Sharon, hi Pam, hey Glenda, thank you. Hi Daisy, hi Vicky and Samantha, hello, hello, hello. Hi Carrie. I hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. Hey Renee. It is wet day up here today. Thank you, Brent. Awesome. Nearly died when I was going, okay, well what's the dates? April 28th to May 4th. That's our week. Crazy. Oh my God, these cards are just flying. That's crazy to me. Oh, it's a good one. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Dina. Awesome. Ooh, let's start off with our 5 cards. I'm excited to see what's in store. I'm excited for the energy to stabilize a little bit. Are you guys feeling that roller coaster? I can't wait to get off the roller coaster. It's getting a little old. It's getting a little old, and I think we're so close. So I'm really excited to see what these cards have to say. Let's jump into it. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to be telling you. It will come to me once I start working. All right, starting off with the Hermit card. Not surprised seeing this, because this is where we are going. We're still taking that time to go within. We're still in this retrospect. I want to say maybe not so much retrospect, maybe more so getting curious now. So there's a lot of, Renee, 6 weeks. That's what they said. So that's either start to finish or from now. It's almost as kind of like getting curious again. Now that we feel like we can breathe a little bit better, there is this feeling of getting curious of how do I want to spend my time? Right? We didn't really have the privilege to do that last year because we were all just trying to stay above water and to stay afloat and to have that, it was so survival. Now it's very much wanting to use this Hermit card to kind of go within and be like, how do I want to spend my time? You have noticed as well that if you reflect on your priorities over the last 3 to 5 years, it has changed in really big ways. And so now we are still taking the theme of 2025, which is moving with intention, being intentional with how we're spending our time, energy, and money. And that kind of comes in as we're getting prepared to like launch forward. Okay. That's where the Dreamers card that came flying out comes in, which is showing that there's a new start. There's a happy, abundant, exciting new beginning that we're on the cusp of, which is why it's even more important to take this time to rest and to get clear, because we're going to giddy up and we're going to get going. Okay. Is as a time, a new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside and take that leap of faith. Okay. There's also meaningful communication that's coming in with this. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have information that you need to share, or you're looking and searching for more information, it's pivotal that you do. This new beginning energy, as we're about to agree to walk forward in this path, it is so important that you make sure that you ask the questions. Don't hold anything back, right? I think it's so important that you communicate clearly, because there does seem to be a high probability of either misinformation, lack of information, or assumptions that aren't going to play well. And it's not that it's negative. I don't think that by not asking the questions, you then are going to make mistakes, make a mistake. It would be more like you can skip a headache if we ask the questions up front. Like, this also goes into the play of like, own your power, right? Own your power. Same thing when I'm talking to someone who may be interviewing for a new job. And it's almost like they're scared to death that they're going to get it, right? It's like, well, what if I get it? And then all the fears, anxieties come. Just because you have a job offer doesn't mean you have to take it, right? Have the experience of interviewing, have the experience of communicating clearly, have the experience of negotiating, gather all the information, and then decide, is this the best decision for me? Is this something that I'm interested in? And I think that's so important because as humans, we tend to quit before we even get started. We tend to talk ourselves out of it before we even get going. And that's why it is so important for you to own your space, communicate clearly, gather the information, and then make the best decision for you moving forward, okay? This is also called, I could feel that excitement before I even flipped over the card. Is also good practice for that when excitement comes in, when high emotions come in, you have this kind of grounded practice or this grounded routine of gathering information in your decision-making process, okay? But we're very excited. This is a win, babe. I got literally goosebumps going up and down my back. This is such a positive news. We're celebrating joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancies, graduation, a time of gratitude. This is very much your answered prayer coming in. Okay. And I love this for you. And what I love the most is like you're letting yourself enjoy it. This is a trustworthy experience. This is good intentions. This is of high integrity. So not only are you allowing yourself to enjoy it, your intuition is validating that for you. But also this is a safe experience. This is a win. This isn't something that is going to be taken from you. This is a win. Let yourself enjoy it before we go to the next thing. Okay, so important. The Star card also comes out with a lot of validation. Have faith that the future is bright, dreams come true, positive changes that bring end to challenging times. This has been coming up a lot because there is still this kind of mistrust, right, in our path and how things are going to go. There's still a lot of noise from the outside world. There's still a lot of racket. And I think that's why week after week after week after week, Spirit is saying, go within, get still, be quiet, get outside, right? And I don't know about you, but I know when I consume too much media and I'm on my phone too much and I am not in a good place, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It is not healthy for us to be constantly consuming, right? Go out and be, go out and do. Don't forget to do that. There's a place for everything. I find high value in social media. Not only does it allow me to connect with my clients and potential new clients, but I have learned so much from others through other people's experiences, parenting, medically, healing, intuitively. We learn from each other. It is a form of connection. It's too much of anything is not great, right? And so it's not that we want to condemn and shame and punish and criticize ourselves, but we do need to be mindful of our practices and our habits and how that's making us feel. And so keeping that kind of as the even scheme as we continue moving forward, because we are regaining balance. Regaining balance is not linear. There's some days we're feeling completely like we can take on the world, and we got all our water, and we ate our veggies, and we moved our bodies, and we meditated, and we were parent of the year, and spouse of the year, and employee of the year, and we were rocking it. And then the next day comes, and we are bawling in the shower, and we are, what am I doing with my life? Right? It is day to day. Everything is a practice, right? We do have to kind of move forward and be mindful and go, oh, you know what? Life got busy. I'm kind of out of balance in this way. Let me bring myself back. Let me get back on my affirmations. Let me address this negative dialogue that's coming in. Let me rewrite that. And so this is so important. Same with we talk about standing in your power. You are the creator of your experience. Don't be reacting to your life. Create your life. Our default is kind of sitting back, right? And so this shift can happen and you don't even realize it. And all of a sudden you're waiting for someone to come and do it for you, or you're waiting for something to come and save you when really in truth, only you can save yourself, right? And then we have to go, oh yeah, right? And we have to kind of get back. That is the natural ebb and flow of life. It is a sliding scale. So give yourself some compassion, give yourself some grace, and have that awareness. Kind of check in, be like, okay, what's going on here? And go, oh, I know what I need to do, X, Y, and Z, right? Let me get back on track. Let me use my good habits that I have learned through the years that I keep in my back pocket for when I need them, okay? The 10 of Air also comes in. Love this card because honestly, it actually just brought up so much emotions. There is such a release as we wrap up April and head into May. The end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. An opportunity for new happiness. We really are going to feel quite the shift as we enter into May. Okay. I'm also just kind of really happy to feel this because today is kind of like a doom and gloom day outside. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do May with all the rain and all the rain. I just need the sunshine. Like I don't see the sunshine. I am not myself. Right. And so just to even feel this shift as I move through April and into the beginning of May, because this reading is from today, the 28th through to Sunday, May 4th. There is such an enlightenment to it. There's such a relief that comes in with it. And it comes in with this completion. Some of you are leaving. Some of you are leaving and some of you may be being left, but it comes in with relief. Leaving could be ending of relationships. It can be ending of struggles. It could be ending of addictions. It could be ending of job placements. It could be ending of a life lesson, a struggle season, because of the amount of relief that I felt. I understand that it can sting a little bit, or it may have hurt you in the past, but we are going to benefit from it. Okay. Really, really happy to see that. There is a decision that's coming in. This is kind of what it steps in, it steps out, it steps in. So this may be something that you're already back and forth on, and that you may be back and forth on for a little bit. They're wanting you to let yourself receive the reward. That's the outcome. Okay. Enjoying the fruits of your labors. This card is all about acknowledging the work that you have done. Listen, we don't have to wait until the end to celebrate along the way, right? The thing is there's always going to be something else, right? Do not withhold your happiness for when the scale tells us a number that we want, or our credit card balance is zero, or our house is completely cleaned, or whatever it is. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself feel the rewards, because it's been a long time coming. You've been working so hard. Okay. And you really do need to celebrate along the way. Because we're constantly like an onion, and we're constantly peeling back, and we're constantly expanding, and we're constantly growing, right? There really is no end game. There really is no finish line. And once you realize that, then there's more of this ability to celebrate as we move forward, and more of this willingness to cheer yourself along and pat yourself on the back, because it will be continuous until you are no longer in physical form. Then you'll be in spirit form, learning all the lessons and reviewing all the lessons that you learned here in the physical form, right? And so it is just really important. I think that this is where that mindset comes in, that we can have some of these habits that may hold us back, or may diminish our life without even recognizing that is what it's doing. Okay. Looks like a really good week. I'm happy because today was a little rough with all the doom and the gloom and the rain and the cold and the dampness. And so these cards just turned me right around. I feel so much better. I hope you do too. All right, let's do a few questions. I do have a little bit of time. If you have a question here, throw it at me. We will see what's coming in. I just said, what can I tell the collective? The Chariot card. Rewards that come from hard work. There we are. We have made it. We're moving forward. We love it. There is this kind of appreciation coming in around you, for yourself, but also around you. Logan, there seems to be an imbalance with you putting other people ahead of you. Okay. There's too much. It says caring for others, but forgetting to take care of yourself. And there's the overwhelm card. So there is some changes that need to come to be brought in. That could be within us and our expectations that we put upon ourselves. That could be delegating. That also can be making some time for yourself and not feeling guilty about prioritizing yourself. Okay. There is an ambitious decision or opportunity or a new beginning. I don't know if you're wanting babies, but I do want to say June, and I do hear a baby crying. So that is either a baby for you or around you. Okay, so pregnancy announcement and or physical birth is how I interpret that when I hear baby crying. They also show me the month of June, and then they say taking the next step. So there is a shift and a change that's coming in. And I think that you're due. It feels like we're waiting for like a milestone, Logan, or we're waiting for like a shift. Like you're due, things may be feeling a little stale, or we're just needing some shifts and some changes. And that's what this card is addressing. So I will leave that with you. Da, 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 da. Okay, do a quick scroll back. Marcy says, will I reunite with my love? Unfortunately, it does not feel likely right now. Tina, am I headed in the right direction? Yes. There are going to be bumps, okay? They show me 2 bumps and then a shift. And so that could be a shift in direction. That could be changing your mind. But it's not negative. So don't get discouraged. The bumps are kind of bumping you to what you need to recognize or to learn or to see. And then the shifts and changes that we're making are everything's good. You're definitely heading in the right direction. Don't get discouraged by the bumps. Wanda Rowe, waiting for test results this week for my husband, hoping they will be good. The Magician card, such a positive card. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be a success will manifest. That's a good sign. Yes, Karen, it is not set in stone, but we are thinking after Thanksgiving, before Remembrance Day, for me to come back out to Fort McMurray. You're so welcome, Logan. Amy Lynn says, what can I do to feel better? Card, please. You got the victory card. So I would say things that are needing to come in are coming in. I also see a significant phone call that's coming in that's going to bring in positive news or light and love. Like it's going to lift spirits. There's also, and I say this with love, a little bit of like what parts are you playing that's kind of keeping it low. And so there is a little bit of awareness that needs to address shifts and changes that you can do to help better feelings, but also there's good news, and like the victory card is there as well. Tiffany says, will I be changing jobs too? The release card comes in, endings that lead to new beginnings. Literally, can't make this shit up, guys. I love it. I love a rapid fire questions. Yeah, Lynn, you know what? You're not alone. So many people are feeling changes coming in. The Emperor card comes in for you, Lynn says, I feel a change coming. What could it be? There is changes you are making. Now, they did just kind of show me landscaping. So I don't know if you are looking into changing your environment or changing aesthetically or putting in a garden or doing the driveway or something along those lines. But there is that's where they immediately brought me to. Renee says, sell a rental and change my job, ? That's a lot. This is reminding that you have the ability to make anything more beautiful. Be practical about how you proceed. Okay. And so figure out, what do you want? If we're doing it out of fear, if we're doing it for quick fixes, or if we're doing it because we're bored, that's usually not the best. Wanting to kind of ground our energy and ask, like, what do I want? Right. And sometimes when we're just antsy for a change, we may not have to go to extreme. I don't know what is like fueling that for you, but I would kind of just do a grounding meditation and then revisit and go, what do I really want? Why am I wanting this? And the clarity is going to come in. But don't underestimate your decision-making ability, because you make good decisions. Lindsay says, am I going in the right direction? Thurston? Yeah, the good that you do is coming back to you. There does seem to be an unexpected inflow of abundance. So to me, it feels like you are going to achieve, or you're going to receive something that you don't think that you are, whether this is a promotion, whether this is a job opportunity, whatever this is. It feels more like money related. So like maybe it's our living arrangements, maybe it's how we make our money. If I'm going to get the funding, if I'm going to get approved, however that comes in, but it does come in surprisingly well for you. And so if you're having anxiety around that, or that anxiety is holding you back, move through that, because there is positive outcomes waiting for you. I don't know, Marlene. I just heard that you already have. Yay, Karen. Oh, I can't wait to come back out to Fort Mac. You know what's so funny? Like, that Fort Mac show was so good. There's so many messages from that night that still stay with me, because I just feel like it was such a like wide range of messages. And I love when Spirit does that. Diane Mercer says, does the cards have anything coming up for me? It looks like you are taking the next steps, partnering with others who share your dreams, and expanding your plans. It says continue to move forward. There is a lot of hesitation, and I do see you having a conversation with someone, and it's interesting because it's almost like you're inquiring and also talking yourself out of it at the same time. So like, say for an example, we're going to get bombed by one of my kids. I can see him coming. 1 minute. 1 minute. It's almost like if we were going to, say, the doctors, and we were going to ask or inquire about medication or supports or whatever, and then as we're doing it, we're talking ourselves out of it. Whatever this is, I just use that as a hypothetical example. Let yourself listen, because there does seem to be answers coming to you that is something that you're desiring to hear, and that it is going to be a positive impact on you. So ground, especially when we're going, and we do this, it's like a nervous thing. Ground yourself and bubble up, and then go into the office or have the conversation. You'll be better receptive to be able to receive the information that's coming in. Oh, that's so funny, Lynn. She goes, that's funny, just fixed my septic. Well, then you must be getting some grass seed going. Yes, I am live. Yes. No, on Facebook. Oh. All right, we'll do one more. I got Dan here, biting at the bit. Let me guess. He's going to ask for Robux. No. Okay. Oh my God, children are so awesome. Okay, one more. Let me see. Virgo celebration. Don Cobin. Any cards coming up for me? Work changes. Positive changes coming up for you. It says news we're celebrating, joyful and so this is coming in two ways. I feel like positive changes around the work thing, but also positive announcements coming into the personal life. Excitement, and it's trustworthy. This is of a high integrity. Work, there may be a leaving or an ending, the need to move on. So endings that bring in new beginnings, but I feel like you're very safe through this. I also don't know if your father's passed or if this gentleman is a father figure. So for me, I see men and it would be father, stepfather, grandfather, father-in-law, and uncle who play that role. But he comes in with a lot of reassurance. Okay, so if you're feeling nervous about this, he's coming through with a lot of reassurance to make sure that you know that you're being protected through this experience. Awesome. All right, everyone, have a wonderful week. I will be back next Monday with your weekly guidance.